In the news tonight, federal government empowers 3,000 Akwa Ibom women with cooking gas and cash grants. Plus, mental well-being of journalists in focus as NTA Uyo Chapel rebrands newsroom. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at 7. My name is Dianime Uko. My sign language interpreter is Nehemiah Okon. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Do all to follow us so you can see our recent engagements. The federal government is accelerating moves to empower 1 million households in the country through the Decade of Gas National Grassroots LPG Penetration Program. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Gas, Obongemem Ekperikpe Ekpo, at the pilot activation of the program in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, announced that 3,000 women will also receive grants under the Rural Women Empowerment Initiative. Our correspondent Clement Barikui has details.
It is not just an energy intervention gathering, but a step towards placing Nigeria firmly on the path to reaching 5 million homes by 2030 and more than 10 million by 2060 through cleaner energy and economic empowerment. And for the Nigerian government, Nigeria's gas must work for Nigerians by improving lives, empowering families, creating opportunities, and supporting inclusive national prosperity.
Development partners must deepen their support. Above all, beneficiaries must become ambassadors of responsible use, enterprise, and progress. The time for passive support has passed. The time for coordinated action is now.
Akwa Ibom State Governor Moino says his administration is already keen into the federal government initiative by empowering about 110,000 women across the 369 wards.
The federal government has demonstrated capacity. You know, the Nigerian for Women program, where we have now about 60 palm oil refineries that has been built across the state.
What is more interesting is that we will not just give you cylinders free of charge. We will also refill those cylinders to ensure that at some point you are able to afford refilling it by yourself.
Stakeholders and industry players agree that the Decade of Gas initiative will improve livelihoods, protect the environment, and stimulate grassroots enterprise. The symbolic presentation of cooking gas cylinders marks the commencement of the program with LPG refills for up to 6 times annually. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
In another news, in an act of swift humanitarian response, the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints has donated relief items to Akwa Ibom State government in support of persons affected by the recent flood storms disaster in the state. Uforo Etuk reports that about 18,102 relief items were distributed to the beneficiaries.
Is part of the corporate social responsibility and a demonstration of human capital development by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Representative of the church, while handing over the items to the Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, noted that the donation exemplified the teachings of Jesus Christ on service to humanity.
Helping is a commandment. So we're here because it's a commandment and a divine one, and that's why we're here today. We urge that these items be used to bless the lives of those that were affected. May they bring relief, comfort, and renewed strength to families who have lost so much. On behalf of the church, we reaffirm our commitment to continue working with the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and the government of Akwa Ibom State to support communities in times of needs.
Commissioner for Humanitarian Affairs and the Permanent Secretary emphasized that humanity is not measured by what one says, rather by what one does. Hence, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has demonstrated it through service.
We live for humanity. We live to make sure that we care for the next neighbor, the next person to us. So seeing our brothers and sisters, no one planned for flood that probably may have destroyed their businesses, their houses, and they say they're happy persons, they are not. But I want to thank the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who has always been.
We are particularly grateful for this partnership because it reinforces the principles that governments and responsible organizations can work together to provide timely assistance to people in need. Your intervention will go a long way in easing the burden on affected families and restoring hope to those who have experienced loss and displacement.
Some guests offered their goodwill messages, and some of the beneficiaries expressed gratitude over the gestures.
The true measure of humanity is shown in how we raise to support one another.
Anytime your brother or your sister is in trouble, you can lend a helping hand, and rightly so. That's what the church is doing and should be doing. So thank you for putting smiles on the faces of people.
May God bless them, the church in Jesus and the state government, for their gesture of received with happiness.
We are grateful, but for all that we've lost, it's not commiserable, but then we thank the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints for their support.
About 1,500 flood victims benefited from the initiative and were presented with the relief items, which included bags of rice, beans, garri, wrappers, amongst others. In Uyo, Uforo Etu.
We take our first commercial break. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
Clothes are beyond appearance, but more of impression. Don't just blend into the crowd. Wear your confidence out and loud in style. Discover elegance and comfort with unique clothes such as Ankara, laces, ceremonial wears, jeans, trousers and tops, UK tops and skirts, US tops and skirts, Turkey gowns, Chinese gowns, wrappers, Ghana Ankara, English wax, Hollandaise, shine with stones, high targets, medium and small, all at affordable prices at UD Living Praise Boutique, 165 Akaitilen Road, close to Berwe Junction, Uyo. You have never had it so good in one place. Telephone 0802 357 2906 or 0806 541 5908. UD Living Praise Boutique. Your appearance, your vibes. Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments, cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes, exquisite bar, standard laundry and car wash, free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life, all at the Silver Luxury Hotel, managed by Joy Hints Limited, Itiam Utep Street, Plot 100 Units L, with Housing Estates, Uyo, Okwamum State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806 840 1220 or 0701 661 7341. The Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort.
You're welcome back. The Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ARCON, has charged practitioners to prioritize compliance, professionalism, and ethical standards in order to protect public trust and grow the marketing communications industry. This was at the Southern Regional Advertising Conference of the Council held in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. Edidion Iba has details.
The conference, themed Regulatory Compliance and Its Challenges, draws attention to issues such as misleading advertising, due diligence, adherence to vetting processes, and the role of regulation in safeguarding consumers. Director General ARCON, Dr. Olalekong Fadolapo, and the Akwa Ibom State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Nyeka Nomana, remarked that the emphasis on ethics and compliance is not an option but a responsibility, as this is the bedrock of credible advertising.
Let's sit down and see where and how we can improve advertising regulatory framework.
What is on the digital space now is destroying families, destroying businesses, destroying people, and so on and so forth. So government must step up at all levels.
Other stakeholders insisted as advertisers push for innovation and creativity, integrity and decency should not be sacrificed.
Before you sit down to work on any campaign for your clients, you should have at the back of your mind what was taught today at this conference, that the code should be your basic Bible.
People are just claiming to be advertising practitioners without really knowing the real techniques and the rules guiding the professional practice.
NTA, as the foremost media organization in Nigeria, has always complied with all of ALCON's regulations.
I think we should begin to think in the direction of enough advocacy, enough awareness, enough enlightenment before enforcement.
Participants in their various presentations discussed on issues affecting the industry and sued for stronger collaboration between ALCON and advertising stakeholders, as ethical advertising ultimately protects brands, consumers, and the profession. In Uyo, Edith Yongiba, NTA News.
The Nigeria Union of Journalists, Akwa Ibom State, NTA Chapel, has rebranded its newsroom to create a more effective and conducive working environment for members of staff. Joy Ubani reports that the event featured a lecture titled Reporting Without Breaking: Mental Health Strategies for Journalists.
The Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ NTUYO Chapel, has rebranded its newsroom as part of efforts to provide a more conducive and efficient working environment for journalists and other members of staff. The initiative is aimed at improving productivity, enhancing professionalism, and creating a more comfortable space for news gathering and production.
A healthy environment promotes productivity and enhances mental well-being. The NUJ NTUYO Chapter considers it expedient to provide a conducive working environment for journalists.
Having a room alone was not enough. A newsroom must have the basic facility that make it convenient.
Delivering a lecture on the theme, Reporting Without Breaking: Mental Health Strategies for Journalists, Dr. Idangeset Ashameri emphasized the importance of mental well-being among journalists, considering the demanding nature of the profession.
It will be out of place for NTA to have a 5-minute debrief session. Let's sit down and say, oh, you went to cover that drama, you went to cover that event. How was it? Let people ventilate, let them all go back with it. They talk about it and then we think of a way to free their minds.
The General Manager NTUYO, Mrs. Alice Ugbe, and other guests appreciate the leadership of the newsroom for remaining focused and intentional.
As a mother, as a General Manager, and as a spectator, I stand tall and proud to say that I am happy that we can walk into NTUYO newsroom and say, yes, this is our newsroom.
It's a reminder to the fact that in everything we do, we should not forget that we cannot operate successfully in an atmosphere that is not conducive enough.
And that emphasizes on the need for newsrooms to have modern equipment, because technology has evolved, and so our equipment has also to be new.
To add more impetus to the success story of the synergy between the NTA and the government of Akwa Ibom State.
Chairman on the occasion and Commissioner of Police Akwa Ibom State Command, Baba Azari, who was represented at the event, applauds the initiative of rebranding The NTA Uyo newsroom.
Milestone is not merely about the renovation or rebranding of a physical space. It represents a renewed commitment to professional journalism.
High point of the event was unveiling the newsroom by the general manager of the broadcast station. The rebranded NTA Uyo newsroom is expected to motivate members of the department to be more productive in providing credible and timely information to the public. Joy Ubani, NTA News.
We take our second commercial break. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay.
Roseville Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Baji Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Welcome back. Students of the Department of Languages and Linguistics, Delta State University, Abraka, have paid an educational visit to the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Uyo, to gain practical knowledge of broadcasting and news production. Obiota Ekanem reports.
On arrival, the students were received by the Senior Administrative Officer, Rosemary Ahile, who represented the General Manager of NTA Uyo. The students were briefed on the various departments within the station and their functions, giving them an insight into the structure and operations of the broadcast organization.
I'm an administrator, so it means that I'm in the admin department. So we have the admin department, we have the engineering department, we have the finance department, we have the marketing. As you can see, our guy over there that brought you, he did the marketing job very well. That is why you have come all the way from Delta State down to NTA Uyo here. We also have the programs department and we have the news department.
They were also taken around key production facilities, including the news studio, control room and editing suites for first-hand information on the equipment and processes involved in television news production. The team leader and some of the students described the experience as educative and enlightening, saying the visit had given them a better understanding of television broadcasting and the practical aspects of news production.
Here for a field trip, and it's an annual event that the department organizes for students, and it's a way to expose our students to their profession as those who could be newscasters, journalists, editors and all that.
We want them to be motivated when they see things physically and not in theory. We believe that they'll be more interested and they'll take their studies seriously.
From the broadcasting room, they told us how the news is being, the processes that it takes for a news to be projected to the audience, from the production to the script writing to the editing and all of that. So it gave me a real sense of what broadcasting is. You know, it's way beyond what we read on from our textbook.
We ask questions like, what does this unit do? What does this unit do? They give us the history about the NTA station, and it is something that we have made research of before coming here, and everything they said was really accurate, and we are enjoying the place.
The excursion is part of the students' annual field trip and is expected to complement their academic studies with practical exposure and further prepare them for future careers in communication, broadcasting and the media industry. Obiota Ekanem, NTA News.
And that's it on the English segment of the news. But before we go, a review of our top stories. The federal government has empowered 3,000 Akwa Ibom women with cooking gas and cash grants. You also heard in the news that NTA Uyo Chapel has rebranded its newsroom while being charged on protecting the mental well-being of its members. Thank you for watching. The English translation is done. The BBO translation will come up shortly. Stay with us.
Ukairen nyen eno ibana Akwa Ibom ikita unwa muforo keri no mo gas cylinder yeko nka NUJ nkoro ke NTA Uyo demme ufa newsroom no me akombo mo ukangen mi ko yang nero Charity James mbok bang utong ke mbok si ni uno fen bu bre yung fnem ukara iden nyen eno iban ukari den nyen eben ni dem usop arikan bo ke enwam enyang edape ndara uforum bono we wakage some million ke den nyen Nigeria ke fanga di nam ye utem abanga ke efare kuto oil me gas awdo bong ekpo do minister segem ko bang utem ke afanga dani songnyan ekoto petroleum resources ke nam no edi ngame ida ke bere ke di namame kuyo ukarasten nyen ko ema etanke ibane sridong eyai boy akokse kama inam bubere ke idak adinam itangami ekumbame adinam ukara idanyen ebenedime aya nwami bad Nigeria wakagesem million ition kiswa 2030 ndien mbemiso iswa 2060 bonsiri dia ufon adinamame eyai wakan million duop usongbo Nigeria etange boke mboni danyen idea ufona ranisong ado ini emmo ini eletobod mbawam adita pendawem yendaw furumo akamukara sten nyanke adinamami ete umoino atanga boke ukari monko ida edemke se ukari danyen enamami se ado ukara sten nyan nwanwam ida iban waka ekan ikeke medu ke fre word sibanga ke sten nyan mbare pendara nkod yufurumo mbon fen sikitang ko ekibuke adinam afangas sokreta tangme aya nwam nkan kongen ko amana nam nombo Nigeria enwegete afam emai no ngom bono wo gas cylinder adi wat ke ukara tonga dinamame mfon ke Uyo Charity James akombok NTA Ufobasi Church of Christ of Latter-day Saints no mempo nwam adi nwam mbon Akwa Ibom State se akposong diong museni fanko akebiat mpo anyo osene mo ku fen akombo anam no diong kedo idara mpo awaka kesem thousand freta mempo idong mempo se kedeme inong mbono wo ya ikup bakamenko
adinama me na ufobasi do itang ado biongutum ammo enanga ke di dependa do tumuru wembono wo awo sigida ino ufobasi do kini akakpongo mempododo ano fokutema serem po bando tumu bono wo ke state akebo kesem ni moinamado inong kedo adu wot po kabanga mukbem po Jesus Christ adinanga po no bono wo a commissioner serem po bando tum bono wo ke state me sanga wenwet ekebo ewi benne ubono wo ikidomo me sewo tang adu idomo ke me sewo nam dien ku fo ba siedo enamami ewot eboyo edina ngampo no bono wo song me sene wo ki tieri namado ema no itieto dien no song bon sigidi au fono ito no tomorrow ema what isre kom kan mention si usong bote wo 1000 kiri ki tion ekeni remfna mon dioidem agar kom mo fo mo edum bon sigi boy mem kporogomi usokado ekbaladesi okoti gari oforisen ye mem pomfen Wisdom Jacob from NTA
ukangini sente mbongdubre yom frame metre roto to kang fen asere